Warriors. Each morning you face a choice that shapes your next 24 hours. Most don't realize they're making this choice. They stumble out of bed, grab their phone, and let the world dictate their mood. But there's a powerful secret that separates those who thrive from those who merely survive. This secret unfolds in the first moments after you wake. The ancient Roman emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote in his private journal, "When you rise, remind yourself that today's people may interrupt, be ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, or irritable. Instead of crumbling." He used this awareness to fortify his mind for strength, not surrender. Your brain is most malleable in those precious morning moments. Neuroscience confirms your first thoughts rewire neural pathways, setting your automatic responses for the day. Yet, many squander this golden time scrolling social media, absorbing others' troubles, or diving into stress. The Stoics discovered a game changer. You can program your mind for success, peace, and unshakable confidence by telling yourself 10 specific truths each morning. These aren't fluffy affirmations or wishful thinking. They're grounded statements aligning your mind with how the world truly works. Imagine waking tomorrow genuinely excited for the day. Despite challenges ahead, picture facing criticism, failure, or uncertainty with calm confidence that makes others wonder what you know that they don't. The ancient Greeks called this ataraxia, unshakable serenity. This is a state of complete harmony with yourself and your place in the world. No matter the storms outside, it's not something you're born with, it's something you build, morning by morning. In the next few minutes, you'll learn the exact words that helped generals win battles. Entrepreneurs build empire, and ordinary people become extraordinary. Each phrase targets a specific weakness, holding people back: fear, comparison, lack of focus, overreacting emotionally, and procrastination. What makes this different from anything you've tried is its 2,000-year track record. It worked in ancient Rome, during world wars, and it will work in your life today. The only question is whether you have the discipline to apply it. Before we dive into this life-changing process, I need you to do one thing. Hit the like button to show you're ready to own your mornings. Comment below with the biggest challenge you face each morning. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe to the channel, because we're building an army that refuses to let life overwhelm them. Whatever you do, don't skip any part of this video. Each section builds on the last. If this resonates, comment below to keep it close to your heart. I control my morning. I control my day. The first truth: I am responsible for my emotions today. The moment you fully own your emotional state, everything shifts. This isn't about blaming yourself for bad things happening. It's about claiming the power to choose how you respond to whatever life throws your way. Holocaust survivor and psychologist Viktor Frankl found this truth in the worst circumstances. He wrote, "Everything can be taken from a person, but one thing, the last human freedom, to choose one's attitude in any situation. If someone could maintain emotional control in a concentration camp, you can sustain it in daily life." Most people live as emotional victims. Their mood hinges on traffic, weather, others' behavior, or their bank balance. They wake up and instantly check their phone, letting notifications decide if they'll feel good or bad. This is emotional slavery, the reason most feel powerless in their own lives. When you say, "I'm responsible for my emotions today," You declare independence, asserting that happiness, peace, and confidence aren't for sale to the highest bidder. You're taking charge of the one thing. No one can steal how you respond to what happens. This doesn't mean you'll never feel upset, frustrated, or sad. It means you recognize those emotions as passing visitors, not permanent residents. You know that while you can't control what happens to you, you fully control what happens within you. Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught that we don't suffer because of events, but because of how we judge them. Change your judgment. Change your pain. This morning, affirmation reprograms your brain to stop seeking emotional stability outside and start finding emotional strength within. Begin each day by placing your hand on your heart and saying with conviction, I'm responsible for my emotions today. My feelings are my choice. Peace is my decision. Today, I choose strength over weakness, clarity over confusion, and hope over fear. Watch the transformation unfold as you stop being a victim of circumstances and start authoring your own emotional experience. You'll discover a freedom most people never know. The second truth: nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. Your mind is like a fortress, and you are its gatekeeper. Each morning, you decide who and what enters your mental space. Most people leave the gates wide open, letting criticism, worry, and negative thoughts flood in unchecked. These intruders set up camp and wreak havoc. Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you'll find strength." He knew true power isn't controlling what happens around you, but mastering what happens within you. When you declare, "Nothing can disturb my peace without my permission," you're setting boundaries around your inner world. You're saying your serenity isn't a public playground for anyone to disrupt. You become the security guard of your own mind. This doesn't mean you become emotionless or detached. It means you cultivate what the Stoics called the discipline of desire, the ability to stay grounded no matter the external chaos. You can acknowledge someone's hurtful words without letting them define your day. You can accept failure without letting it crush your confidence. The secret lies in the pause between what happens to you and how you respond. That sacred moment is where your power lives. Most react so fast, they miss this space exists. But when you train yourself to find that pause, you unlock your superpower. Each morning, stand before a mirror and say firmly, "Nothing can disturb my peace without my permission. I am the guardian of my inner world. Today, I choose who and what enters my mind. My peace is not for sale, not for rent, and not negotiable." Notice how differently you move when you realize peace is fully in your hands. You stand firm, not because bad things don't happen, but because you've learned to protect what matters most. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. I am the guardian of my own peace. The third truth. Today, I focus only on what I can control. The fastest way to drive yourself crazy is trying to control what's beyond your power. Yet millions waste mental energy daily worrying about others' opinions. The weather, the economy, politics, and countless things they can't influence. Epictetus taught a core Stoic principle. Some things are within our power, and some are not. He divided everything into two categories: what you can control and what you can't. Master this distinction, and you master your life. What do you truly control? Your effort, attitude, words, actions, reactions, and decisions. That's it. Everything else, others' behavior, the past, the future, natural disasters, market crashes. Your boss's mood is beyond your influence. Most people get this backward. They spend 80% of their mental energy trying to control the uncontrollable while ignoring what they can impact. They fret about what might happen next month while neglecting what they can do today. They stress over what others think, instead of becoming the person they want to be. When you wake and say, "Today I focus only on what I can control," you're making a strategic choice to invest your limited mental resources where they can make a real difference. You choose efficiency over anxiety, action over helplessness, influence over passivity. The ancient Stoics used a powerful exercise called the circle of control. Picture everything in your life in 3 circles: what you fully control, what you partially influence, and what you can't control at all. Your job is to give 90% of your attention to the first circle, 10% to the second, and none to the third. This morning, habit changes everything. Instead of waking up overwhelmed by what's going wrong in the world, you wake up energized by what you can make right in your sphere of influence. Instead of feeling powerless, you feel focused. Instead of tangled worry, you gain laser-sharp clarity. Stand tall. Look yourself in the eyes and say with resolve today, "I focus only on what I can control. I won't waste energy on what's beyond my power. My attention goes to my actions, efforts, and responses. That's where my strength lies." The 4th truth: my worth isn't measured by today's outcomes. Your human value doesn't depend on getting that promotion, winning an argument, or having a perfect day. Yet most tie their self-worth to daily achievements, caught in an endless cycle sky high when things go well, crashing when they don't. Stoic philosopher Seneca, advisor to emperors, and one of Rome's richest men, learned this the hard way. Exiled by Emperor Caligula and later forced to take his own life by Nero, he realized external successes are fleeting, but inner worth is eternal. He wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Your worth transcends any single outcome." Society conditions us to measure self-value by productivity, bank accounts, relationships, or achievements. We wake up thinking we must prove our worth by what we accomplish before bed. This is exhausting and ultimately destructive, tying self-esteem to things beyond our control. When you tell yourself, "My worth isn't measured by today's outcomes," you break free from the performance trap. You affirm that your value is inherent, not something to be earned. You existed before today's challenges, and you'll exist after today's wins or losses. Your human essence isn't negotiable based on fleeting circumstances. This doesn't mean you stop striving or caring about results. It means you separate your efforts from your identity. You can chase excellence without tying your self-worth to whether you succeed. You can feel disappointed by poor outcomes, but not crushed by them. You can celebrate success without needing it to feel worthy. The ancient Stoics understood that true confidence comes from knowing who you are inside, regardless of what happens outside. They called it preferred indifference. You prefer certain outcomes, but they don't define your worth. A job is desirable, but losing it doesn't make you less valuable. Each morning, remind yourself of this liberating truth. My worth isn't measured by today's outcomes. I am valuable because I exist, not because of what I achieve. Today, I'll give my all but know my worth isn't on trial. Whether I succeed or fail, I am worthy of love, respect, and dignity. The fifth truth: I will act, not just intend. The gap between good intentions and real action is where most dreams fade away. Every morning, millions wake up with grand plans to start a business, call a friend, exercise, or write a book. But by night, they've only thought about doing, not done. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, at dawn, when you're reluctant to rise, recall that you're waking to do a human's work. He knew intentions without action are just sophisticated procrastination. The difference between the successful and the rest isn't talent, luck, or circumstances. It's the ability to turn thought into action. While many perfect their plans, the successful perfect their execution. While others wait for the right moment, the successful create it through action. When you say, I will act, not just intend, you commit to being a doer, not an endless planner. You choose to be someone who acts despite imperfection, not someone who plans perfectly but never starts. Stoic philosophy rests on a simple premise: virtue is action. Knowing what's right isn't enough. You must do what's right. Understanding wisdom isn't enough. You must live it. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. Your morning declaration builds what psychologists call implementation intention, a specific plan linking goals to behavior. Instead of saying, I want to exercise, say, I will act for my health. Instead of, I should call my parents, say, I will act on my family commitments. Shifting from intention to action changes everything. You stop being a spectator and become the hero of your life. You stop waiting for miracles and start creating opportunities. You stop hoping things get better and start making them better. Stand up now and commit. I will act, not just intend. Today, I choose action over analysis, progress over perfection, doing over dreaming. Intentions are worthless without action. Today, I act. The sixth truth: every challenge is a chance to grow stronger. Fire melts butter but hardens steel. Each morning, you choose what you'll be when life turns up the heat. Most see difficulties as punishment, but the wise see them as a gym for building character and strength. James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy admiral who survived 7 years of torture in the Vietnam War, credited Stoicism for his endurance. He said, you must never confuse faith that you'll prevail in the end, which you can't afford to lose, with the discipline to confront the brutal facts of your reality. He understood, challenges don't break you, they reveal you. Right now, you're facing something tough, maybe financial pressure, a strained relationship, health struggles, or career uncertainty. Your instinct might be to wish these problems away, curse your luck, or pity yourself. But what if these challenges are meant for you? Stoics saw adversity as a training ground, designed by fate to shape a better you. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the obstacle to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Every hurdle hides a seed of opportunity if you choose to see it. When you say, every challenge is a chance to grow stronger, you transform how you view difficulties. You're no longer a victim of circumstances, but a student of life. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this teaching me? This doesn't mean you enjoy suffering or seek trouble, It means you recognize struggle as the price of growth, and growth as the price of a meaningful life. Muscles grow stronger only through resistance. Character matures only through challenges. Each morning, prepare your mind for what the day may bring. Every challenge is a chance to become more resilient. I welcome difficulties as exercises for my character. Today's obstacles are tomorrow's strength. I don't ask for an easier life. I ask to be a stronger person. The seventh truth. I won't compare my journey to anyone else's. Comparison steals joy, but it also destroys progress, confidence, and true success. Every morning, millions wake up and instantly weigh their lives against social media's highlight reels, forgetting they're comparing their behind the scenes with someone else's polished performance. Epictetus taught that the person who avoids the most trouble is the one who doesn't look at what their neighbor says or does, but focuses on their own actions. He knew your only worthy opponent is yesterday's version of yourself. Social media has turned comparison into a relentless addiction. You see someone's vacation photos, and suddenly your life feels dull. You spot a promotion announcement, and your career feels stuck. You read about someone's love story, and your relationships seem lacking, but you don't see their struggles, fears, failures, hors privat. Do. When you declare, I won't compare my journey to anyone else's, you choose to run your own race, at your own pace, toward your own finish line. You refuse to let others' timelines dictate your self-worth. You acknowledge that everyone has unique starting points, resources, challenges, and definitions of success. Your journey is yours alone because you are one of a kind. Your background, strengths, struggles, dreams, and circumstances are uniquely yours. Trying to live someone else's path is like wearing their shoes. It might look nice but won't fit and will eventually hurt. The most successful and fulfilled people define success on their own terms. They stop trying to impress people they don't even like, with achievements that don't matter to them. They learn to celebrate others' successes without diminishing their own and value their progress without needing external validation. This morning, commit to being true to yourself. I won't compare my journey to anyone else's. My path is unique. My timing is perfect. And my progress matters. Today, I honor others' successes without doubting my own worth. I'm exactly where I need to be on my one-of-a-kind journey. The eighth truth. I choose discipline over motivation. Motivation is like the weather, unpredictable, fleeting, and beyond your control. Some days you wake up ready to conquer the world. Others, you can barely get out of bed. But discipline is like breathing. It works whether you feel like it or not. Roman general and Stoic Marcus Cato the Younger was known for unshakable discipline. Even in freezing winters, he walked Rome's streets barefoot to train his will. He understood that comfort is the enemy of greatness and discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. He proved, you don't need to feel motivated to act. You just need discipline. Most people wait for motivation to strike like lightning, thinking they need inspiration, energy, or excitement to start. So they wait forever, wondering why they're no closer to their goals. Meanwhile, the disciplined build empires, while the unmotivated build excuses. When you say, I choose discipline over motivation, you declare freedom from fleeting emotions, stating your actions aren't dictated by passing feelings. You choose to be someone who does what needs doing, whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is a muscle the more you exercise it. the stronger it gets. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you add strength to your character. Each time you act despite not feeling like it, you prove to yourself you're reliable in keeping promises to yourself. The Stoics called this the discipline of action, the ability to do what virtue demands, no matter how tough, boring, or inconfortable. They knew motivation comes and goes, but discipline creates the consistent action that builds an extraordinary life. Think of the most successful person you know. I guarantee they're not more motivated than you, they're more disciplined. They've learned to separate actions from emotions and align behavior with values. This morning, make this powerful commitment. I choose discipline over motivation. I act based on commitment, not feelings. Today, I'll do what I said I'd do, no matter how I feel. Discipline is my superpower. I want you to leave this affirmation in the comments. Discipline shapes my destiny. Each morning, you choose whether to dwell on what's missing in your life or embrace what you already have. One path leads to discontent, the other to abundance. Seneca said, "We don't lack time, we waste it." He knew gratitude doesn't ignore struggles, it sees the wonders alongside them. Right now, as you hear these words, your heart beats without effort. Your lungs draw breath without command. You have clean water, a roof over your head, and access to technology that was once unimaginable. Yet most mornings, we wake fixating on what we lack. When you declare, "Gratitude will shape how I see this day," you train your brain to notice abundance over scarcity. Neuroscience proves gratitude rewires your brain, forging new neural pathways that make you naturally more optimistic, resilient, and content. Gratitude isn't pretending everything's perfect or ignoring real problems. It's about maintaining perspective, remembering that even the worst days hold something worth cherishing. Happiness doesn't come from having it all. It comes from valuing what you have. The Stoics practiced negative visualization, imagining losing what they had to deepen their appreciation. They'd reflect on losing health, loved ones, or possessions, not to be pessimistic, but to cherish what they still held. This morning habit transforms your entire day. Instead of waking to worries, you rise with appreciation. Instead of feeling lack, you sense abundance. Instead of seeing obstacles, you spot opportunities for growth. Declare, "Gratitude will shape how I see this day. I'll notice the good around me. Today, I choose abundance over scarcity, appreciation over complaints, and wonder over worry." A grateful heart builds a fulfilled life. The 10th truth, I will end this day better than I began. Each dawn offers you a contract. Invest this day wisely, and you'll go to bed wiser, stronger in character, and closer to the person you aspire to be. This isn't about massive breakthroughs daily. It's about the compounding effect of small, steady improvements that turn ordinary days into an extraordinary life. Seneca had a nightly ritual of reviewing his day, asking, "What flaw did I mend today? What mistake did I resist? What can I improve?" He knew the goal wasn't perfection but progress. He understood that even a 1% daily improvement leads to remarkable change over time. When you commit to ending the day better than you started, you turn every day into a lesson in self-growth. You wake as version 1.0 of yourself and sleep as version 1.e. It may seem small, but a 1% daily gain over a year makes you 37 times better by year's end. This mindset turns every challenge into opportunity. A tough conversation becomes courage practice. A mistake becomes data for future decisions. A frustrating delay becomes a chance to build patience. Every experience becomes raw material for growth, not just something that happens to you. The beauty of this approach is that it makes failure impossible. Even a bad day can end better than it began if you learn from your missteps. Even if you err, you can grow by gleaning wisdom from mistakes. Even if you miss a goal, you can progress by refining your approach for tomorrow. This isn't about being harsh on yourself or demanding perfection. It's about staying conscious in your growth and seeing each day as a gift not to waste. By consistently ending each day better than you started, you create momentum that pulls you toward the life you truly want. Your future self depends on the choices you make today. Make them count. These 10 morning affirmations aren't just words, they're a blueprint for an unshakable life. Start each day owning your experience, guarding your peace, focusing on what you control, recognizing your inherent worth, choosing action over intention, embracing challenges, avoiding comparison, prioritizing discipline, practicing gratitude, and committing to daily growth. You'll shift from reacting to life to creating it. The ancient Stoics grasped what many today miss. True strength isn't positive thinking or pretending. Problems don't exist. It's building inner resources to face life's challenges with wisdom, courage, and calm. These morning affirmations are your daily training to cultivate that strength. You don't need to be perfect, just consistent. Start with the affirmation that resonates most and gradually add others. The goal isn't to become a Stoic philosopher overnight, but to grow more resilient, mindful, and in control of your experience each day. Your mornings shape your days. Your days shape your life. Your life shapes your legacy. Make them matter. If this message moves you, hit the like button. Share it with someone who needs it. Comment with your favorite morning affirmation and subscribe for more life-changing content. Your future self will thank you for the investment you make in your mornings today.